As I mentioned in the previous video, if you've been playing piano for a while, you'll notice right away that the right hand tends to dominate. It gets to do more than the left hand. The left hand is often relegated to a supporting role. So as a result, your left hand feels like it's falling behind. It can't do as much as the right hand. So to help your left hand catch up, I showed you a series of exercises where the left hand does exactly the same thing as the right hand. The technical name for this is symmetrical inversion. Your two hands, they operate as mirror images of each other. Your left hand does exactly what the right hand is doing with the exact same fingering. I demonstrated these exercises on a desktop in the previous video, so you can do them anytime with no piano needed. Now, I'll show you how they work on the keyboard. And as I mentioned in the previous video, in part 1, there will be some overlap with exercises that I've shown you in past videos. So, be sure to take your time and stay relaxed. Oh, and by the way, PDFs of these exercises will be made available for free at the At Home with Music website. So in this first exercise, we start with both thumbs on middle C, and we leave a space between 1 and 2, and then we end up on D and B, and repeat the same pattern. Now, you've probably recognized already that this is the first exercise in Hannon's Book of Exercises. And of course, they actually have you playing hands together like this. But we're going to make it even a little more challenging. Now the hands are going to go in opposite directions, and you'll notice that the left hand is now doing the exact same thing as the right hand, and they're in a mirror image of each other. Let's play it together. I'll go very slowly. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Both hands are doing the exact same thing. Different notes, of course, but the same motion. Now we're going to go back the other way. Now there's going to be a gap between 5 and 4. It isn't beautiful music, but it is a valuable exercise. And now we do it with the first rhythm. Now you notice I didn't speak throughout that entire exercise because I knew that once I tried, I'd screw up. Nevertheless, you may have to go much more slowly, and that's okay. The next rhythm the emphasis is on fingers 4 and 2. Now I got to start at the beginning. Stay relaxed. Hands are doing the exact same thing. We're going to help that left hand catch up with the right hand. Here's the next rhythm. So for this exercise, we're going to start with your thumb on middle C, your third finger on the E, and then we'll put the left hand down here on G and E, same fingers, and then we play them in opposite directions. Your hands are doing the exact same thing, but in a mirror image of each other. Now, to keep this from becoming monotonous, what we'll do is we'll play the pattern like this. And then we'll move the whole thing up one key. And then move it up one more. And then again. Then we can come back down. Come back down again. And then back where we started. Now, of course, you can keep going all the way up here if you like, however far you want to go. But that's the pattern. And then we're going to play it long, short, long. And then move it up again. And so on. And then we have this pattern. This is going to get a little more challenging. And so on. And then this rhythm, even more challenging. I'll slow down. And what makes this so challenging is the weak fingers are being forced to work together with the stronger fingers. Now we have this exercise that sounds like a trill. We're going to do it again. This is a little bit awkward to try and do this. So we're going to put the left hand down here. And then 2 and 3. 3 and 4. 4 and 5. This can be a real challenge with 4 and 5. Then we'll come back down, or come back down and go back up. can apply the different rhythms to this one as well. Kind of shortened that version there, but you get the idea. For this exercise, we're going to start with 1 and 4, and then here, 1 and 4. So the right hand's going to go up, the left hand's going to go down. The third finger, by the way, gets a break here because we're going to go from 1 and 4 to 2 and 5. It's not beautiful music, but it's a valuable exercise. You're working the weak fingers. 4 and 5 are working, but also 1 and 2, which are very strong. And then you can do the whole thing. You can move it up. Get some nice, interesting chords there. You get a nice F major 7 in inverted form. Did I say F minor? F major 7. And then, of course, you can start playing it. And you get the idea for that one. Now, this last exercise, this one sounds a little bit silly. You're starting with 1 and 5. And then playing 2, 3, 4. And so on. You don't necessarily have to do that one. Now here's a little bonus one. We're going to play a complete C major scale going in opposite directions, just 1 octave. Now watch very carefully. The hands are doing the exact same fingering. So the right hand is going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So both fingers cross over, or both hands cross over, I should say. Well, I guess it is fingers crossing over. Let me start over. 1, 2, 3, and then your thumb comes underneath. And that puts you in position to play the rest of the notes. Coming back down and up. You're going down and up at the same time. Third finger crosses over. I'll demonstrate this for you one more time. So thanks for watching and playing along. I hope that you have found these exercises in these 2 videos. I hope you have found them helpful. Make sure that you stick with it, and I think you will see some good results. If you'd like to support my work, you can buy me a coffee. I even have a mug that my wife gave me here. Says anyone can be cool, but awesome takes practice. Well, anyway, that's true, I suppose. Also, you could become a patron of At Home with Music, and I'll leave the link to my Patreon as well in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.